There's one thing you need to understand. An announcement going out across campus that something has happened and that we're all supposed to return immediately to our dorms is like the one thing that will make me want to do the exact opposite. So while Beatrix books it back to the dorms, like the good little prefix she is, I of course keep my eyes and ears open for any tidbits or clues, like the investigator I am. And that's how I find out a crucial bit of information. According to the faculty, Thalia Thyme was taken to the nurse's office after an incident in the southeastern lockers. My investigations are cut short when Julia takes it upon herself to ensure that I make it back safely to my dorm, but my brain is already churning through what I know of Thalia, captain of the archery team and member of the spring party planning committee, which isn't much, but it's a start. The next morning, when I'm able to reconnect with Jack and Beatrix, I find out another little interesting bit of information. Jack's brother Teddy somehow managed to fall asleep when he went to investigate the lockers. And while I don't believe in ghosts and spirits any more than I believe in a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I believe that Jack believes that she can see her dead brother as a ghost. And so when she expresses her concern about our investigation and that, quote, something weird is going on at the lockers, I don't entirely dismiss it out of hand. Only a little, because if I'm going to bother spending time investigating something, I'm going to hope that it's at least a little weird, or at the very least, a little challenging to make it worth my while. After I grab my camera from the society club room, we make our way out to the lockers, when who should we spy standing in our way other than our good friend and bridge guardian, Julia. Despite the fact that she seems to find me an untrustworthy individual, she lets slip that two girls made their way out here earlier in the morning and passed out, joining the ranks in the nurse's office. So now we find ourselves with 3 unconscious girls and no concrete idea as to what is happening in the lockers. All in all, a delightful start to what promises to be a challenging mystery. The problem is, however, that as soon as we make our way out onto the sports pitch, things become fuzzier, and it's a noticeable effort to move our limbs. And despite all logical reason, I find myself falling asleep where I stand.
So, Jack and Beatrix, you are walking through this area, like feeling like this soft ambient fiddle, like the jingling of some sort of bell. And then you hear a slump as Arden behind you just full on passes out.
Arden walking with full confidence that just face plants.
I could just picture like that thump happens and Beatrix and I look round, look at each other and look back at her. Arden on the floor just like, we should get her up. Kneel down. Oh wait, my mum's the school nurse. I'll just like, I know some stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll like smack her on the cheek a couple of times. Be like, Arden.
So, before we handle Arden waking up, let's talk about Arden asleep.
Yeah.
Arden, you are laying on the floor near the southeast lockers, and there was an old man in faded coveralls holding a broom standing over you. He sort of nudges you in the like foot with the broom handle, and kind of hums softly.
Do I still have my camera?
I mean, you're in a dream, so probably.
I was just like, she is... I don't know how cognizant she is of that fact.
Yeah, for sure.
She, eyes, like, snap open, looks around, and looks at him, and she goes, "You don't work here."
Yes, I do. This man has short gray hair, caterpillar eyebrows, a craggy face, and extremely pale green eyes. It says, "You're awake." And holds a hand out for you.
She ignores it and gets to her feet by herself.
He starts walking away towards the lockers.
She's like, "Oh, Jack and Beatrix aren't here, so... Alright. Alright." And she follows.
Mm-hmm. He is kind of humming again to himself a little bit as you walk up. You look at the belt, like he's got like a tool belt. This is like a janitor or a custodian. His tool belt has like, a wrench, a screwdriver, and then a weird old like canvas bag with a drawstring on it.
"So, if you indeed do work here, sir, I would have to ask, what are your opinions on the recent events that have been happening in the locker room?"
Terrible. Sad.
Eloquent, yes.
Tragic.
Can I get your name for those quotes?
You don't know me?
I just said I don't think you work here.
Carey. Landon Carey.
Can you spell that for me, Mab?
Yeah, this is Landon Carey, the custodian.
You say that as if it's fact.
It is. Boom.
Thank you.
Hey, you should roll investigate.
I would love to. I would love to. Logical deduction.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not using my magnifying glass. Technically, the illusory appearance only works for me, not seeing through other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's investigate. Oh my god!
Oh, buddy.
Nice.
I'm sitting here going, I only rolled 10s, and then I rolled 2 6s.
Awesome. So the door opens and you see a girl there. This girl has short, dark hair, deep olive skin, and a strong aquiline nose. Her expression is angry, and she jabs something at you, and you feel like a sharp little prick of pain. And then Jack is patting your face.
Where do I feel the sharp prick of pain?
You look down at your hand, and your finger is bleeding.
Okay.
And now you're awake again.
Landon Carey.
Do I know who that is? Does Arden wake up saying Landon Carey?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which is, the custodian.
So that is actually the custodian?
Yeah.
Okay. What about him?
He doesn't talk.
He was here. There? Here. Did I just fall over?
You fell asleep.
Do
you want to get up off the grass?
Yes. Hold on, I'm processing. Okay. And she gets up. are the three of us the only ones in this area?
That you can see.
He was in the locker room. Or wherever. He was here. I fell over, fell asleep, woke up, and he was standing over me. And then he just walked to the locker room, and so I decided that's where I'm going. I'll follow. And then, did I recognize the girl that lunged at me?
Well, how well do you know people?
I would say she knows them all kind of very in a surface fashion, but knows names and faces because that is kind of her job, and she loves to get small facts about everyone so that either she knows if they're useful or useless to her. Yeah,
you know her. That was a girl named Olivia Marsh. Okay. She is a member of the equestrian team, the fencing team, and the archery club.
I immediately turn over to Beatrix then and just go, Olivia Marsh, does your captain of your heart, does she know her? Is she a member of the Fight Club? Do I know that?
She's definitely in Miranda's clique.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen her around lately around Miranda?
That's a good question. Have I?
I mean,
I definitely would have been paying.
As much as you see any other person when you're near Miranda.
Yeah, I mean, she's around now. Hold still, and because I have basic first aid, I want to check Arden out for bumps and bruises and stuff since she did just fall over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is my hand still bleeding?
No. Okay. What are you talking about? Your hand was never bleeding.
No. Okay. She's just looking at her hand. And
What's wrong?
I don't know, and I don't like that I don't know.
The door to the southeast lockers is open.
Let's go investigate.
Does someone else want to roll investigate?
I mean, yeah. I want to investigate. I want to do the thing. I'm also side-eyeing Arden pretty hard right now. Okay. I'm going to tag the outside perspective.
Cool.
I'm going to take one of my gloves off and spread my hand out in front of me. This doesn't normally work in the air, but in case I get any feelings of anything, any temperature shifts, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tag that too. I don't think exploring where we shouldn't really applies here because this is a normal part of the school generally. So I don't know if it really applies in this instance because it's the middle of the day and, it is still regular part of the school. So I'm not trying to get somewhere I shouldn't necessarily. I'm looking around for stuff. So yeah, I'll keep it at those two and see what I get. Wow. Fun.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
Well, I have this fun weakness, Zach, if you want to use it, which is cast adrift in the grey sea.
That's a cool weakness, yeah. We'll make this even worse for you.
It's my fancy way of describing sensory overload / shutdown. Because I wanted to be poetic about it.
Yeah, you put your hand out. And you are strongly overloaded with sensation.
Mm-hmm.
You feel just waves of emotions crashing over you, as though you were, adrift in the gray sea. You feel anger, frustration, cut with something subtler and stronger, in it.
Mm-hmm.
Something misunderstood and unidentified. Fear, sadness, just hits you like one after another. You feel a prick of pain on your finger.
Mm-hmm.
And you just pass out. You are you're only out for a short amount of time, but maybe it's where you fell, maybe not. When you wake up, your hair is full of sand. Beatrix and Arden, Jack just held her hand out and fucking fell over.
Is there any chance I could catch her?
Yeah.
Now that you're prepared.
Yeah.
Is it like a legs crumpling kind of a vibe? Is it like literally just pass out? Like
pass out.
Dope.
Mm-hmm. But Beatrix, is able to catch Jack, and she resuscitates pretty quickly.
So I'd like shake my head as I get up, and like all this sand just sort of like falls out and hits my shoulders and around me.
Very fine white sand.
This is bad. Oh, ow. There's a lot here.
There's a lot going on.
I'm going to look down at my hand and see where I felt that pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Does the myth of the sand... Would it be a leap like sand and people falling asleep? As an educated young lady in the early 1950s, I'm assuming I would have heard of the Sandman.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I will voice this out loud then.
Bring me a dream.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, Mr. Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
Sand me a man. Make him the sandiest man that you can.
This is like... You ever read that stories about the Sandman? Were you ever a child, Arden? I sometimes imagine that you arrived existing as you are. Oh.
Sprung fully formed.
From the head of Zeus. Yes, we've all read that.
No, we weren't much for fairy tales in my household.
Mine either.
But that's what this is, sort of, right? I mean, I'm going to scratch my head and more sand just falls down, I guess.
Mm.
You need some head and shoulders. No.
Actually, Jack, you scratch your head, the sand falls down, and you look as it falls, and it's not an arrow, but it definitely is falling in a pattern more than it should after just being shaken out of someone's hair.
Oh.
I am curious to know as to why I saw in particular Olivia and Mr. Carey.
Is the arrow pointing somewhere?
Yeah, it's pointing under a locker.
I'm going to go over to the locker.
Mm-hmm.
I taken pictures.
Cool. So you'll have to develop them before you know if they're anything.
Yeah, I know.
Can I Jimmy open this locker? Or I'll see if it's open first.
Yeah, it's open. But there's nothing really in there. You see there's a gap between the bottom of the locker and the floor.
I'm going to knock on it and see if it's hollow or anything.
Well, what I mean is it's not there's you could reach your hand under the locker.
Oh, then
you drop an earring and it rolls underneath the locker. And you're well, God damn it, there it goes.
Yeah, I'll drop down then and reach underneath it, see what I can find.
Are you wearing your glove?
I will do this with the gloved hand for now.
Cool. Yeah, you reach and you feel something long and thin and rigid, and you grab it and pull out an arrow. The kind of a training arrow, an archer arrow. But there is a bit of dull red stain on the tip.
Photograph this. Evidence.
Should I? And I'll hold up my other hand, which doesn't have a glove on it right now.
Maybe not in here. Well, maybe in here. Ooh.
Not in here.
Okay.
So we head back outside, and I stand near Beatrix in case I pass out again.
Oh, I meant as in within the sports area or not within the sports area. I feel like if you're going to get any kind of readings from the great beyond, it would be very potent within the sports area, as opposed to us going back to the Journalism Society room and doing it there. But okay. In the interest of safety, maybe heading back to the journalism office would be a good idea.
All right.
You don't think Julia will, search us for stuff that we take out, do you?
I mean, hang on. Let me look at the map again. No, there's no other bridge over Walden Pond, is there?
You could go, the right long way round, but that's...
The right long way around, yeah.
It'll take us all the way around Aldine
And then
House.
she would be like, where's the other
She's
one of you?
She's expecting us to come back. She'll just come looking for us.
I totally forgot to read the description that I wrote for this area.
Read it now, drop it in. No one will ever know.
Southeast Lockers are a freestanding red brick building with a green corrugated steel roof, sitting at the intersecting corners of the archery butts and the general use athletics field. A number of stakes have been placed in a ring a few yards around the building, tied together with brightly colored barricade tape. Inside, the locker room is cool and dark, with changing benches going through the area between locker faces in two side-by-side banks. So there you go. That's the description.
Do we need to look around here further, or do we want to head back?
I would love to see if there's any more blood splatter, I guess.
There's a couple drops in this on one of the central benches.
Mm-hmm.
It goes between the locker banks, but not a lot. Barely any.
Okay.
Less than a nosebleed.
I take a picture of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went into the locker room, and that, there was no sign of Olivia Marsh there then, right? It was just when Arden was asleep, she saw her.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got a stabbing pain in the hand when I did the thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know that Arden had a thing with her hand, to be fair. So, because she hasn't said anything.
No, she just looked at her hand very quizzically.
I did ask if you were okay, and you were like, yes, so I couldn't push it.
Yep.
You spend a little bit more time looking around. You find a gym bag here. That was kicked beneath a bench that has Olivia Marsh's name on it.
Let's categorize everything and take photos. I mean, then we'll put it back when we're done.
So yeah, you do that.
Now that you're making me take notes, you have to understand that this is how slow I go when I take notes.
That's fair.
So, you said that there was a little bit of blood that went under a locker?
No, it was on the bench.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry.
on the arrow.
The arrow was underneath a locker.
Yes.
Okay.
We did not hear anything about Olivia being taken to the nurse's office.
No.
Do you think she's the one that shot Thalia? Should we go investigate? Jack.
What do you want me to do?
Well, your mom works in the nurse's office. Your mom is the nurse.
She's one of the nurses, yeah. I mean...
Yeah?
I can go ask if you... Yeah, okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just,
Do we want to go there now?
Yes. Let's take a look at the... whatever the official term for archery
the range
is. The range, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go take a look around there a little bit just in case, and then we should head on out.
Sure, yeah. You go over to the archery butts. They were cleaned up last time they were used, so there's not really anything over here that you can find. There's some bundles of arrows in a little locker.
Mm-hmm.
And like the bows hung up where they go. But no blood, no, strangeness.
All right. Let's go to the nurse's office.
All right. Yeah, you head over to the nurse's office. It is a sterile, calming place with a handful of chairs set up in the front area for waiting students and visitors, along with a great big wooden desk the nurses take shifts manning. Past a curtain divider are 2 rows of 4 beds, themselves divided by shower curtains, with a more in-depth examination area along the back wall. The clock here seems louder than others throughout the campus. You walk in and you see Nurse Evelyn Wyse, sitting. And she says, "Oh, Jack, and Jack's friends."
Hey, Mum. We were wondering if we could see Thalia, if she's doing okay.
Actually, Thalia is not here. She was... Well, I guess she was transferred to a hospital in the city.
Oh. I'll look around at the other two, like,
Are you able to disclose the nature of the injuries that she sustained?
I don't... Can you roll convince or investigate? Yeah, actually, roll investigate.
All right.
Because by default, she does not want to disclose it.
Right.
And this is more about getting clues than... Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to mark down access to private info, nothing is little, and cut to the truth. Because I'm rude. Wait, so it was investigate? Or convince? Sorry, which one am I rolling?
Sorry, which thing?
Which one? No, I was wondering, what was I rolling again?
The move is investigate.
Investigate.
See, I have a way to help, but I had nothing to give you to help. I only have hurt with you. So
yeah. I rolled an 8.
All
and
right.
I just 3.
So you get 3. You get 3 clues to ask a question. I can also choose one. Your investigation exposes you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. Or if whoever or whatever you're asking the questions can ask you one question as well. You answer the same terms.
All right. Yeah. My first question is about the nature of Thalia's injuries.
Yeah, the strange thing is that she wasn't. I mean, she had like a little... Her finger was bleeding, but that was nothing. She just was comatose.
At this, Arden goes first from like a little bit confused, then to her eyebrows go up. I see. And I take it that would be the same for Eileen and Jessica as well.
Oh, no. Eileen and Jessica, I mean, they passed out over there. They had a fainting spell. But they had no blood or no cuts, and they are awake, though they are back in the beds, just so we can keep an eye on them.
Okay, hold on.
If you want, you can ask a question of Eileen or Jessica as well.
Okay.
With those clues. This is all the same area.
Okay, yeah, I would love to ask them about it.
Huh?
Is it okay if we go see them?
Yeah, sure. They're just back there.
All right.
Yeah, you see Eileen Mortensen and Jessica Valiant, just 2 girls who go to school here. Fairly average girls, except for their Jessica's cool name.
That's a very cool name.
Mm-hmm. They say, "Hey, we were just going over there to run laps in the morning when we passed out."
All right. Well, how would you guys like to feel as being a part of the story in the school newspaper?
Sure.
All right. And so Arden just pulls up one of the chairs right in between their 2 beds and sits down, pulls out her little notebook, and is just like, "Can you recount anything that happened while you guys were there? And if you felt anything before you passed out? Anything that you might have, like, experienced while unconscious?
Yeah, it was weird. It's very fuzzy, but it was like, there was like now that you mention it, I had a dream of an old man talking to me, saying, "Find me someone who's awake."
All right, hold on. I'm just writing down notes. Interesting. And did you see anything else, or you just fell asleep one moment and woke up on the track the next?
Oh, I woke up here the next.
Oh, you woke up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did you recognize the man that you were speaking to?
No, it was very fuzzy.
All right. Arden will just have, like, a few more, like, sort of general questions for them. Just to keep up the ruse of her story, which is going to be an actual story. She will actually write it up. This is her pastime. And then looks to Beatrix and Jack to see if there's anything else that they have.
Did you hear music?
Yeah, like a lullaby.
Mm-hmm. Was that when you were dreaming or before you fell asleep?
I don't remember hearing it when I was awake, but I definitely remember hearing it in my dream.
Okay.
And then to clarify for us as players, did we hear the music, or was it Jack when she first started?
Jack was the one who first heard it, but all of you heard it.
Okay, cool. And he said, "Find me someone who is awake."
Mm-hmm. It's weird because everyone's awake, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. Except for Thalia.
Oh boy, yeah, I guess so.
Well, ladies, thank you for your time. If you remember anything else, you can find us in the journalism room.
Okay.
Thank you. And so she'll just get up and sort of nod to Beatrix and Jack and just be like, all right, let's bounce. I can't think of anything else to ask. Unless anyone else has anything, then you can use one of my clues.
I think you've used all your clues.
I think so. I feel like it. So let's... Yeah, I'll head back to the journalism room then.
All right. You're back in the journalism room. You can start setting up your dark room to develop those photos you took.
Yep.
I'm going to sit down in a chair and put the arrow on it. And I'll put my bare hand... Actually, I'll take both gloves off and put my hands on it to see what happens.
Cool. Roll to investigate.
All right.
Probably your Touch of the Grave tag.
Touch the Grave is a thing I can do to other people.
I see.
eye tag is like another ability.
Oh, psychometry.
Yeah, the psychometry is my reading stuff off.
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to be able to realistically... I am in the journalism room, but I'm not...
in the journalism room.
Hell yeah. Arguably, I am the right tool for this job.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You're not a tool.
I mean...
If you're asking Arden, yes.
Okay. Wow. Oh, wait, no, you don't mean in the insult sense. You just mean that people are tools. Right, okay. Investigate. All right.
That's 10. So you get clues.
Okay. All right. So, who shot this arrow and what were they aiming at? That might be two questions, but
yeah. Nobody. shot this arrow.
All right, Odysseus.
Yeah, there's you get a flash of an argument in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You see Thalia Thyme. Let me get my description of her. You see Thalia Thyme, strawberry blonde hair, bright blue eyes, kind of looking confused and a little bemused, as Olivia Marsh is upset about something. Thalia puts up her hands to like calm her down, right as Olivia jabs at her with the arrow in her hand, like just gesticulating with it, and stabs Thalia in the hand. And that was who shot this arrow. No one, Thalia, but Thalia was the one who was hit with it.
Okay.
You can ask more, spend more clues to unlock bonus content.
Yes, I would like to. Yes, I guess as if I'm thinking about this psychometry thing, I guess I want to be able to look round or like follow. I want to follow Olivia if I can, or hear what the argument is about.
It's really bizarrely not about anything. Listening to it, like you can feel Olivia's emotions of this like huge like frustration, like you know, how dare she sort of like feelings towards Thalia.
Yeah,
she's like really upset about something, but it's like the things she's voicing anger about just are like non-issues.
Okay.
It's like she's looking for reasons to be mad at Thalia.
Yeah.
You see this poker with the arrow. And there was a flash of light and Thalia just crumples to the ground.
Okay.
You get this feeling of from Olivia of, oh my god, I killed her.
Yeah.
And then she drops the arrow and runs away.
Okay. Was that 2 of my 3?
That would be 2 of your 3, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just making my notes.
So Olivia is out of this like flashback sort of scene that you're seeing, but you could ask more questions about it.
About the scene, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I want to look around in the visional, like I want to figure out, because I was given a clue, like somebody directed me, so I guess I want to look around and see if there's any. Basically, I want to try and what I'm trying to suss out is who gave me that clue, or how I was given that clue.
For sure, yeah. You like watch. It's like watching like. You know how, like in a found footage movie, the camera will fall to the ground, and like keep rolling. It sort of keeps rolling, and the arrow is picked up again, and you see that old man with the caterpillar eyebrows and the extremely pale green eyes, and he's got tears going down his face as he looks at the arrow and looks at Thalia, and then like in the background you can hear like people coming, and he like puts the arrow beneath the locker and then melts into sand as people walk in.
So back in the journalism room, I sort of let go of the arrow and it clatters to the desk, and I'm like, so Mr. Carey can literally turn into sand.
That sounds incredibly fake.
Fuck off, Arden. Why would I lie about it?
I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that it sounds incredibly fake. Just like as a general thing.
I mean, that's not the weirdest thing that's happened in general.
We need to find Mr. Carey, or we need to find Olivia.
Preferably we find both. More sides of the story.
I think Carey's already given you his side of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would like to ask him what he means by bring me someone who's awake.
I mean, you might already know that.
I was going to say, isn't the whole thing with being us is that we're awake?
Yeah.
Isn't
so
that...
we can go and be like, yo, what can we do to fix this? That's Mab Arden.
Yeah.
No. If Arden would say that.
Yeah,
so,
I think what you're doing to fix it is solving the mystery.
Yeah. We should
just so we don't spend too much time looking for his his thing's done now.
Yes.
Okay.
We should go speak to Olivia.
Yeah. All right.
Well, those photos will take a while to develop, so...
Yeah, how long do photos take to develop?
I don't know, like...
The solution does something, but I don't think they have to dry and develop.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get the negatives out, and then you bathe them in the solution, and then... don't know.
Just Google it.
CVS says approximately 3 weeks, but I'm pretty sure that's how long you have to wait for them to process it.
Welcome to Googling Facts with Thalia.
Let's see. How to develop film in a dark room. Thank you, WikiHow. Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Just as the steps, I can't really find an amount of time.
It was like, it didn't... Okay, turn off the lights, that's nice. Yes, alright, this is a very long step-by-step process, but that's how it goes with WikiHow. Film typically needs 8.5 to 11 minutes to develop.
So that's the bathing, and then they dry, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. First minute of developing, agitate the film for 30 seconds, then place the tank on the flat surface for 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, agitate the film for the remaining 10 seconds of the first minute. Second minute of developing, let the film tank rest on a flat surface for 50 seconds. Agitate the film for 10 seconds. Okay, I guess admittedly it doesn't take a long time at all. You just have to sit there and shake your film around for a few seconds, for like a few minutes.
So you could have been doing that while Jack was doing the thing.
Repeat the same agitation and rest times you used in the second minute of developing every minute until the film's finished developing. Pour it out. Fill the tank with stop bath and agitate it for 30 seconds.
But you have to do that for like each photo.
Yes. The exact number of minutes you should leave the fixer in the tank depends on the film you're using, but it's typically between 3 to 5 minutes. So yeah, like 11 minutes total. So that's all. I'll probably just... Oh, now I have to know about what film was like.
Well, you could in theory get one photo developed if you go through the negatives.
I was thinking I was probably just doing the negatives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could spend like a few minutes doing this.
Yes.
is the final verdict.
We get very distracted by this, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, the photos come out and they come out normal. They're not like affected by magic or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Though you do see like in the background of a lot of them is like, a broom or like someone's pant leg or like the edges of Land and Carey.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan, detectives?
Well,
we got to find Olivia Marsh.
Yeah.
100%.
How do you go about doing that?
Well, we know she's in various sports teams, but she's not going to be over by the sports area because that's where we just were. It'd be might make sense to check the dormitories first.
Mm-hmm.
See if she's in her room. And if she's not there, then we then have to try and find her, like, systematically looking or asking her friends if they've seen her, where she might be.
Cool. Yeah, that should work. This could, I'll just tell you that you should probably know this. Is that when the fencers and stuff are not in clubs, if they're not anywhere else, they're usually at Aldine House.
Is that where Miranda's Fight Club is as well? That's their clubhouse, right?
That is the Miranda's clubhouse.
Well, guess we'd better pick a fight.
We're going to score you an invitation and a date, Beatrix.
I was gonna say, if Beatrix's hair is up, just maybe you should take your hair down a little or something.
Jack and Arden, hold on a little bit.
Just let me listen.
Just let us. There you go.
Lord. Beatrix is
undo your collar a little bit.
vaguely trying to bat them away, but failing at it.
We're well-meaning.
So Aldine House, then.
To Aldine House. You head up to Aldine House, a beautiful clubhouse on the north side of the campus near the fencing gym. Built decades after the school founding, the clubhouse is a 2-story building with a large open lower floor with a sitting area and kitchen, and a smaller upper floor that overlooks the lower one. As you walk up, it is a beautiful house, a lot of whitewashed paneling, just a lot of it's painted white just in general. The little patio area has a step up to a porch that has a rail, like a stairwell railing on it, and on that stairwell, there's how there stairwells at corners and at the bottom have usually wooden spheres or whatever you call those, knobs.
Mm-hmm.
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 There are 2 here, but they are carved. One of them is carved in the shape of a horse's head, and the other one is carved in the shape of a castle rampart.
So a knight and a rook.
Yeah, knight and a rook. As you look up, you hear conversation inside. The windows are open. It's got big bay windows overlooking things, and you see, various equestrians and fencers just sort of relaxing
at leisure.
At leisure on a Saturday morning. You see there's a lot of just sort of foils, with the little nubbin on the end so that you can't kill anybody with it.
Can't kill anyone with a foil.
And other fencing.
That's quitter
equipment.
talk.
Listen, I used to fence with a rapier, let me tell you.
Yeah, there's all sorts of, there's swords in this house.
Swords.
In this house, we have swords.
In this house, we have swords.
In this house, we've got sword lesbians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't see Miranda and you don't see Olivia, at least from the outside.
I'm gonna walk in.
All right. Do you all walk in?
I've got an idea, but I don't know how feasible it is.
What's your idea?
Well, we can potentially say that we're here looking for Olivia on prefect business.
Then I would not be. You would have to stop me from walking in.
Shit.
Yeah, if you want to discuss your approach before you head up to the porch,
yeah,
you are well within your possibility to do that.
Sure, Beatrix.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have plans?
I just think maybe it might be a good idea to have some semblance of propriety going into this.
Okay, but what does that actually mean, Beatrix?
Journalism is a very well-respected profession. I don't like your attitude right there, Jack. But I understand what you're going for, Beatrix.
I just mean it might be better with the weight of some authority. I mean, journalism is noble and all, but I don't know, I don't know if Olivia is hiding because she's done something wrong, maybe saying that we're here to report on it isn't the best option.
Yeah, but if she thinks she's done something wrong, which it kind of did, I guess, coming here saying that you're on prefect business isn't exactly going to set the right tone either. But look, if you want to do that, you two could go in and I'll, wait outside. And if she, decides to run off, I'll run after her.
Yeah, I was wondering if we want one of us on the back entrance and one on the front entrance.
Yeah.
Just in case. I don't know if me going in as part of prefect business is a good idea.
It's definitely a bad idea if I do it.
Yeah, I'm a little more known for journalism and being not a prefect.
And nobody that's a member of Aldine House is going to want me there.
All right. Then I guess I can try to flush her out.
All right.
All right.
This is going to go so well.
I love this plan.
So, where are Arden and Jack in this scene now?
Okay, do you want front door or back door?
Back door.
All right. Is there a bench outside, or should I just sit on the stairs leading up into the house? Or lean against the wall and I'm taking notes and then catching up on my notes?
I mean, there's benches around, on the paths to just sit and enjoy nature.
Yeah, I don't want to be too close to the front.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely there's a swing seat on the
yes.
on the porch itself.
Oh my god, that's even better. I changed my mind. I want to be there.
Cool.
And I'm on the other side of the house, I guess. So if there's a back door or whatever, just
there's a back
the other
door,
side of the building. So near there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And Beatrix, you are walking up the steps.
Yes. With purpose.
Mm-hmm.
With your hair artfully tousled. Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you walk up the steps. The doors open. Unlocked, the swings open. The windows are already just open to the air because it's a lovely day out. As you walk in, and the conversation stops. People are looking at you. You look up. You see the upper floor with its little railing of white wood, where a lounge upstairs sits, and you see Miranda Aldine sitting up there on a little couch. And next to her, sitting on a chair, is Olivia Marsh, who sees you, and her eyes get wide. And Miranda speaks, and she says, "Beatrix, it's so nice to see you. To what do we owe the occasion?"
Oh boy. I'm not sure Beatrix was expecting to be addressed by Miranda herself.
Sappho, help me. I have been unable to weave.
Yup.
You actually see, you look up and you see, like, there's like fencing swords and stuff. Hanging on the wall next to Miranda is a for real longsword.
I think Beatrix stammers a little and is just like, it's always nice to see you too, Miranda. I just was actually coming because I needed to talk to Olivia. And she kind of like straightens her shirt self-consciously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Olivia's face pales. Miranda looks over at her and like makes eye contact, and you see Olivia like shake her head, and she turns back to you and she says, "Well, Beatrix, I'm so very sorry, but it looks like she's not in the mood to talk. I'm not sure upon what business you're seeking out one of my clubmates, but it would be unbefitting of me as a captain to simply hand her over with no recourse."
Challenge her to a duel.
What do you do?
So I do not challenge her to a duel.
Damn. Missed opportunities.
I mean, the day is still young, but as of right now, I do not challenge her to a duel.
She can tilt your chin up with a sword another day.
Yes. I just needed to speak to her in my capacity as a prefect. It's nothing dire or anything, but it would be greatly helpful if I could talk to her.
I actually forgot. This is a new episode. I should probably describe Miranda Aldine. Extremely pale blonde hair, eyes so dark as to appear entirely black. She's wearing like a soft white blouse and a pair of riding pants and boots. And there is a skylight behind her that frames her head as she looks down at you.
God.
Now you're just targeting me, Zachary.
And she looks down at you and she says, I think I've got an idea.
Mm-mm.
She's going to challenge you to a duel.
How about a bit of sport? If this is not dire, then it's not something that can't be negotiated. Have you fenced before?
Yes.
And as she's talking, a few of the girls around are all standing up and kind of walking over to stand in a line immediately beneath her balcony.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
She's an aesthetic.
I can't say I've had the opportunity.
Well, it's like swimming. You just have to dive in head first. And someone puts a sword in your hand.
Oh boy.
I love this
Arden
so much.
is wishing she could witness this right now. I was watching through the window.
You are watching through the window. The window's open.
Yeah.
You see there are 4 girls in front of Beatrix who all have fencing swords.
At the moment, I'm just watching. But I am watching like this is high-level entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Olivia starts to like talk to Miranda. She's like, Miranda, and Miranda like looks at her and like she immediately is quiet. And she says, "We must uphold and respect the law of the blade."
Well,
the four girls get into fencing positions.
Good luck, B.
We're rooting
for you.
Can I
squares.
Can I call out something before?
Yeah.
Okay, I think Arden's not going to climb in through the window, but she's definitely leaning in through the window. She's like, doesn't 4-1 seem a little unfair?
Would you like to join in?
No, I was wondering why not you or Olivia?
Beatrix is just like making like cutting motions with her hand and shaking her head.
Arden, Miranda looks at you and smiles, and she says, "My dear, that would be even less fair."
I don't see why Olivia can't defend herself, then.
Olivia is under my protection, and thus her defense is a matter of my decision.
And you don't think she can speak for herself?
She doesn't have to.
She doesn't want to, or she doesn't have to?
Miss Calloway, if you would like to come in and take up a sword, you are welcome to, but I do not condone heckling.
All right.
And two
Give
girls
me a
stand
minute.
up. Two girls stand up and just close the window on you.
I'll just go in through the front door.
Yeah. Cool.
She's like, all right, fine. You closing the window on my face makes it worse.
Yeah, so you get a sword too if you want.
All right, sure. Yeah, I'll take one. Probably got a basic level of knowing how to fence, but does not in any capacity because I did not take that talent.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot do it well.
So, Jack, you are on the outside of the house. You can probably hear most of this.
Uh-huh. I think I'm just face palming real hard. And I guess I will. Do I know that there's the 2 levels in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to, while I'm going to get close so I can see what's going on, face palm. What I want to do is, like, get in and up behind Olivia and Miranda while this is going on.
Incredible. Okay, so we'll handle that in a little bit.
No worries.
Yeah. Do you girls want to sword fight some fencers?
I would like to challenge Olivia, personally.
Well, that's not happening. Not in this castle.
You make it all so disappointing.
Beatrix is definitely going to, because this is an opportunity to potentially impress her crush.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arden takes the sword, but is definitely just like, this is beneath me.
Sure. Then it sounds like Beatrix is the one who's going toe to toe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, so when you use your abilities to overcome someone or something in a struggle for control, state what your goal is.
My goal is to disarm these girls as impressively as possible.
Hell yeah.
I would be willing to spend my help point to make you look cool. Somehow.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how,
What
but
a
I want
bribe.
it to happen.
Yeah, take the level 1 positive status backed up.
How do I do that
eliminate
again?
That help point.
Just put a +1 on the little thing up here.
The power
Okay.
card, you can push it
Yeah.
up by 1.
The power
Okay.
card. I did it for you.
Oh, okay. So, what I am going to tap,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to tap Ruthless, because I am
Love
going
it.
to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would
Love it.
like to tap Indomitable, because I am going to win.
Uh-huh.
I would like to tap Superior Strength, because I am going to win.
Uh-huh.
I would like to tap Determined, because I am going to win.
Uh-huh.
This is amazing.
Can I sell you on holding myself to a higher standard or authoritative?
Maybe holding yourself to a...
Because my pitch for...
tap holding yourself to a higher standard if you don't tap superior strength. Because if you're using your strength, that means you're not just using the fencing sword. You're going to be throwing these girls around, which is not a higher standard. I think holding yourself to a higher standard would be keeping yourself within the realms of fencing, which would not be benefited by your incredible strength.
Okay. So, may I pitch you on authoritative? So, I actually would like to switch superior strength for holding myself to a higher standard, but I'd like to pitch you on authoritative because I am trying to assert my dominance.
Sure, yeah, I like that. I am going to tag your weakness, which is we'll say uncontrollable rage. Because you're going to be fighting to keep that down, which is going to make it harder for you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, which should right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. So -1 as well. Total of +4. I think you get to mark attention on your expression theme because I am activating your tag.
Okay.
And yeah, let's go toe to toe. So, roll power on a 7 to 9, choose 1. On 10 plus, choose 2.
That doesn't look right.
Okay.
Because I have... Yeah, I have tagged 5, and then I tagged my weakness, but I have...
Yeah, so we didn't actually have to put in the -1. We just have to click the button. My math was wrong.
Okay, we're all good. All right, I'm gonna go toe to toe.
Good luck.
Toe to toe with these girls.
Oh,
Wow!